Hey, omi ho, emi oko, emi ho, emi oko, aheri wa wọ́n para wọn o, emi oko, emi ho, emi oko, emi ho, emi oko, aheri wa wọ́n para wọn o, emi oko, emi ho, emi oko. Èmi oko, aheri wa wọ́n para wa o, èmi oko, kọmúradó rẹ̀ lu òyìnbó, ó fọ́lá kọ́ lọ́yà, kọmúradó rẹ̀ lu èkó, ó fìlà kọ́ dọ́kítọ̀, tọ́mí sí good morning o, how are you rẹ̀, I'm alright o, kọmúradó rẹ̀ lu òyìnbó, fìlà kọ́ lọ́yà. I'm going to leave that one there and don't worry about all that right now. What I'm going to worry about, I'm just going to go into the summation of what I have in plan for today. What it is going to be how do we get to that promised land? That's the only important thing that matters today. How do we get to that promised land that we are trying to get to? And to get to that promised land, we need what you call a game plan. And it just kind of happened that the game plan itself is the area where we were really doing really good in terms of what they call he said if you mute all that, so you miss everything. So but am I getting so the area which we are rusty today is going to be in the area of what they call the celebration that is currently going on. Greetings, y'all. I greet you guys. Let me start by saying that. The greetings, and I'm welcoming you guys to today's summation, which is how do we get to the promised land. To get there, what we need to do is to celebrate our strength in the Black History Month. I didn't know, they didn't call it the Black History Month, they didn't call it Black, they call it Black History Month for a reason. And what they mean by the word black is that we are black and proud. So say it loud, we're black and proud. Say it loud, we're black and proud. And it did coincide too with the Valentine's being embedded inside the month itself, which is love between ourselves. We need to take that word hate and throw it into the dumpster. We need to love each other and know that at this point in time, we are sitting, the next generation, we want to ask the next generation to sit in the what they call the shoulder of the giant of the shoulder of the giant of the two people. I would have loved to, I want to make it 3 people. I want to make it 4 people. Those people who are using some mechanism to be able to transcend above the boundary of common men and common women. We are hoping that it should have been their wife, not these 2 successful people that were anticipating that people are going to be sitting on their shoulder going forward. And who are you going to be sitting on the shoulder? We have 2 people in that category. One, the president who was able to stay 2 more consecutive years in the office, called Barack Obama. We have hoped that the wife, Michelle Obama, would have been the one that would have run to be the president, but that's it's not impossible that misogyny played a role in it. Even now that they are even trying to showcase her again, it hasn't really did worked out anyway. Now, right now, as we speak, because she would have also want to be able to replace Biden, but it's not playing out very well. Then the second person is Obi, who for one reason or the other has transcended above the boundary of common men in the fact that he went to University of Nsukka, studied philosophy, then was smart enough to have businesses in a place like Europe, and was smart enough to have returned to Nigeria and become the governor of Anambra State, and was being called out at one point to become the vice president of a major party. Then, as he was going along, he did ditch the system, hands down, like that, and said, either you make me the president, and he bailed out and went into another party that was organically don't have no infrastructure. For one reason or the other, he was able to pull that off, and is now, they call the system obedient. We would have preferred that his wife was the one that went through this transformation. So in the Black History Month, which we are now celebrating, we are saying that we are happy that there are two entities that have come up, and that we think they have not done anything to take us to the promised land, because they are not of the opinion that race, they know how much race matter, but they have not perpetuated the race matter. They don't go there. Even Obi himself didn't want to go into the Biafra thing when he was running for the office there. He didn't want to go there. Just like Obama himself did when into office, but didn't want to didn't want to use the race. He used race to get to where he got to, but he doesn't want to sit on it and mesmerize on it. I think the reason they're doing that is because they are doing exactly what after the first epitomizer did to us. Their inability to be able to hold them responsible for the degradation of us lacks, and they are now believing in what you call individual joining instead of being able to collectively put us together to have a more firepower. They are going on individualization. That's the joining that the status quo goes into. That's what is keeping us into what is called this big cacophony. So the significance of Barack Obama and Obi, instead of Michelle and Obi's wife, to have been able to run for office cannot be overemphasized. So I'm giving tribute to two main issues today, which is going to be the Valentine's Day being plugged into a month that Black History Month is being promoted. And the reason I'm plugging it in there is because I think that it's not a coincidence. And there was a guy that I did talk to one time who told us that at one point in time or the other, the black people should have been thrown under the bus. If we were not procreating enough, we would have been, in a sense, an endangered species. But we were procreating enough that we did not become an endangered species. And I think what he was talking about was not different from the Valentine being plugged into the Black History Month. that's pretty much what I'm going to try to cover today. And I'm going to try and say that irrespective of what the situation is, there is nothing more important than this journey that I am traveling on, which is more or less a journey that there are people who are my loved ones that knows that could have stepped out of the cocoon, but they're not going to step out because they themselves had to go through what I'm currently going through to be able to get to the next level. It was not easy on them, and while they are at it, while they were on the journey itself to stay in business, they had to kind of like do what you call more of it and become what you call grit, Grit. It's called the nitty-gritty things that they did. They had to, the nitty-gritty thing that they did is a grit. I'm going to have to get into the grit